kids, comics. Silver-haired Bronze Age babe here, yakking about her comic book collection, and today talking about Jack Kirby. I don't have much Jack Kirby. You can see that I have a few Jimmy Olsens here. I never really bonded with Jimmy Olsen, but when I got back into collecting a few years back, I'm like, well, I need to, if it's got Superman, I need to have it. So I got some of these Jimmy Olsens. I got a bunch of Jimmy Olsens, and actually I was cleaning out the boxes the last few months, and a lot of Jimmy Olsens went to I donated to charity because I just don't read them and I don't really like them very much. But I literally held on to this handful because I said to myself, these are Jack Kirby covers. Don't be a moron. So I hung on to them. And then after watching so many of you on the YouTube lauding the art and artistry of Jack Kirby, and I intellectually listen, I know he's as important to comic books as any human being on the planet. I decided, you know what, I need to do a little Jack Kirby immersion. So I found somebody on eBay who had literally exactly what I was looking for, a mystery box of Jack Kirby. And the price was right, and you'll see why when you see the condition of some of these books. But first off, number one, Mr. Miracle. My understanding is that there's going to be a movie of this character, she says innocently. I'm sure everyone else who knows more than me is just like rolling their eyes at this point. But so this, as you can see, the cover is a mess. There's a chunk out of it, and there's some tape problem here. But I love this cover, and I really like this story. So I have a sneaking suspicion that Mr. Miracle books of that era are going to be part of my want list for the near future. So I'm glad to have that. The package also contains some Forever People. These books primarily came unbagged, and I will bag and board them just because it's a good thing to do, and it makes it easier for me to find them. I am particularly intrigued by this Forever People issue because it's got Dead Man. Jack Kirby's take on Dead Man. It's not what this Dead Man fan would have expected. It's not bad, but it just seems to me that, I don't know, he might have been forced to include a character that Jack Kirby would never come near, but good on him for trying, I guess. Commandy, Last Boy on Earth. I actually have one of these issues, the one where Superman's costume is in a cave or something. OMAC, One Man Army Corps. Kind of cool. I guess this is from the 80s or 90s, some of his later work. Homo Geneticus. And it makes me wonder if, because the minute I saw that, I thought of this particular book, Homo Disastrous. And I just wonder if Jack Kirby had a thing for homos. This cover, there's a lot going on Jack Kirby covers, that's for sure. Now, I know many of you are just going to fall over in your chair when I show you that I now have some Marvel comic books. This is very cool. Captain America. I actually like Captain America. Of all the, I went to see all those Marvel movies, and I think Captain America were my favorite of that whole run. So, I know enough about the Marvel universe to be dangerous, which is why I really enjoyed this book. King-size special reprints of Avengers stories. The art's fantastic. I mean, that cover is, that just screams, take me home and read me. I am a comic book and I'm going to be fun. And then the surprises in this little batch. Strange Tales with Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. These are in terrible shape. I think I can't just assume that the covers are detached and the pages are brown, and some panels literally are missing in these things. But as you know, I don't really care about that because if the cover is semi-presentable, then I'm cool with that. Like this one, I really like this cover a lot, and the story was pretty cool. But so that I am just delighted to have that example of Jack Kirby in the collection. And finally, this one. I had to put this in a bag and board because literally the front cover is detached, the back cover is detached, the cover is flaking off. But again, I know enough about the Fantastic Four to be dangerous, and so I really like this cover because the four of them, you can see them very clearly. I can't really tell you who the others in that space are, but this is just a lovely comic book cover, and so I'm glad to have it, and finally happy to welcome Jack Kirby into the collection. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you again next time.